could feel it, I could feel it, yeah. You know I said it's true, I can feel the love, can you feel it too? I can feel it, I can feel it, you know I said it's true, I can feel the love, can you feel it too? I can feel it, I can feel it,
Noswaith dda I chi gyd, rown derfynol, cwpan y bechgyn o dan ddeunaw ar eich cyfer chi yno. Amman o'r gorllewin yn erbyn Pontypool United o'r dwyrain, yn fyw o Stadiwm Principality, cartref Rugby Cymru. Good evening everybody, what a final we have in store. The boys under 18s cup final, West against East, Amman United against Pontypool United, live from the home of Welsh Rugby, from Principality Stadium. Fans are in place, teams in the depths of the stadium, getting set to come out onto the hallowed turf. They've done the warm-up, now it's going to get real for 80 minutes in this Boys Cup final. Why not take a look at the teams to have a look at who's treading the hallowed turf. Amman United I ddechrau, gen I bip arnyn nhw yr ymwelwyr fel wedys I o'r gorllewin. Let's have a look at Amman United, who made the journey up the M4 from the west. These are special nights, so I like to read all the names out because it's extra special playing in a cup final here. So it's Cian Lewis, Griff Rhys, David Thomas in the front row, Tom James and Dyfan Llywelyn in the second row, Cole Lacey, Jack Cole and Hefin Davis are in the back row. Cian Lewis is the co-captain, he's on the loose head. The half-backs, Iwan Bull, Toby Slater. On the wings, Aled Davis and Carter Williams. Kennedy Richards and James Bentley in the centre, and Cian Evans is at full-back. The other co-captain is Kennedy Richards. That's Amman United. Let's have a look at who they're facing. Pontypool United. Pontypool, here we go. Logan Leonard, Kai Jones, Scott Crew in the front row. Jones, another co-captain. Big thing in rugby these days, co-captains. Ralph Evans, another co-captain, Ruben Molson in the second row. Rudy Creel, Bailey Stride, Jake Shepherd in the back row. Daniel Parker, Thomas Howard at half-back. Alfie Prosser and Luca Grocott Mason on the wings. Charlie Gregory, Lewis Appleby in the centre. Jack McDonough is at full-back. The light show, it's all go. They're the replacements, take a look at them. Regan Griffiths, Flynn Ahern, Harvey Duncan, Josh Dobar, Evan Wiles, Iwan Griffiths, Thomas Bull, Johan Booth for the Amman, and for Pontypool United, Ieuan Hockaday, George Jones, Max Jacob, Dewi Bainton, Cole Adams, Lewis Jenkins, Charlie Burrows and Danny Hutchinson. It truly is these days a game for the 23, not just for the 15. the impact players, the bomb squad, call them what you want. All set. It was a cracking cup final last year. Llandilo from the west beat Pontypool United. They're back for a second bite at the cherry, and that went right to the final whistle. What an experience for these young men. And here they come, making the walk, the famous walk. Amman United in the red, Pontypool United in the hoops, black, red and white. That's what they're playing for. Cwpan bechgyn dandddi now, the under-18s boys cup. How did they make it to the final? Well, Amman United beat Glynneath, St Albans and Bargoed in a cracker. And Pontypool United took on Caerphilly, Carmarthen, Caldicot and then Morriston. The toss was won by Pontypool United. They elected to kick. The roof is open. It's a glorious evening in Cardiff, and getting us underway is Thomas Howard. Not the greatest first touch. Not found the safety of the touchline as Toby Slater. Oh, what a tackle. Got Gavin Dacey alongside me. He's the lead in the men's and boys game at the Welsh Rugby Union. What an occasion this is, Gavin.
Yeah, what a night for it. Really looking forward to this one. Watching both teams warm up. They were both really accurate and looked like they were ready for the occasion, so really looking forward to it.
Well, there'll be a contrast in styles, that's the main thing. We know they like to throw it around. Oh, another big hit in midfield.
Two big shots already here.
You want to come out of the blocks quick, and defensively the Amman have looked impressive.
Yeah, they're really using that kind of energy which you have when you come out the change rooms of a cup final, and two real big shots, and I'm sure the boys will be galvanised by that.
There's another one. Low. There's Keelan Lewis, but it's still Pontypool United ball, and they are going through the carries now.
Yeah, they just kept the ball really well here, haven't they? First possession, kept the ball even though there's some kind of real pressure on D, and that's a commentator's curse. When I tell them how well they're keeping the ball, they drop it. So sorry, boys.
Well, as a knock on, we'll have a scrum. Always good to get an early scrum, but what a defensive set that was from the Amman.
Yeah, great set there. Great set to D. I'm sure they'll be proud of that. Coaches will probably be getting those messages on the sideline to keep getting off the line and using that energy to put pressure on Pontypool.
There's another big hit. Were they both by Cole Lacey? Just come back from Vichy representing Wales under 18s. That's the first scrum, pretty even. The Amman want to get the ball wide. The bouncing bomb gets to Carter Williams. Carter Williams gets on the outside. Will his kick stay infield? Oh, that would have been interesting. Showing how dangerous the Amman are, and that bouncing ball sometimes just draws the defender in, Gavin.
Yeah, it's a classic. They probably pre-called that bouncing ball, I'm sure. But when he gets a bit of space there, good footwork. There's probably someone, I don't think you can see it on the replay on the inside, but he has a look at that chip, and to be fair, if it stays in, he's got a free roam to the try line.
Amman pinching the ball. Again, there's a chance for them to go through the hands to get the ball wide, and they do that. Cian Evans just about on the 22, scragged to the deck.
Hands away! Rugs formed.
Penalty.
Rugs formed, hands out.
It is a cup final, Gavin. Do you take the points on offer, or you can feel the energy in the Amman, or do you pop one in the corner?
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Yeah, well, he's obviously gone for the kick, but you wouldn't have blamed them for going to the corner and keeping the momentum there. They've touched the ball 2 or 3 times. They've looked dangerous. They've come down the touchline, so you couldn't. Fair play. He's gone for the points over, like you say. It is a cup final, and I'm sure they'll just want to settle their nerves and get some points on the board.
Yeah, no bonus points. You don't need them. Just need to win. If you win 3-0, doesn't really matter.
I'm sure he's dreamt of taking a kick a goal at the Principality Stadium as well, so selfishly he's probably going, let's go Sticks.
Well, it's Toby Slater. The Amman scored 4 tries in the semi-final against Bargoed. He missed all the conversions. Does he start with some confidence? Yes, he does, putting the Amman ahead. 3 points to 0 in this boys under-18s cup final at Principality Stadium.
Lads, make sure you're behind. Don't go ahead of the kicker. You ready?
3-0 lead early on. And the Amman have settled well. Evan Davis
Back foot now. Use it!
collecting the restart. Looking for distance on that one is Iwan Bull.
Street black!
Got to be honest, Pontypool's numbers are absolutely a nightmare to have a look at from up here. Black on the black hoop as well. It's pretty difficult. So stick with us.
Okay, black. Red. Picking up.
Toby Slater with a clearance again. That's an overthrow. There's a strong defence again from the Amman.
Another big shot.
It's putting Pontypool United on the back foot. They need to settle ball in hand.
Oh, you're holding him in.
Have the numbers indecisive what to do.
No, hands away!
A lot of Pontypool United players on the deck at the moment. And they do get the ball wide. There is a gap.
Yeah, they just kept the ball pretty well at the moment. Pontypool, I know, cursed them last time, but
Use it!
it's just about them keeping the ball multi-phase, looking for an opportunity and kind of taking away the comes. They're not going very far at the minute, but a bit of patience and I'm sure something will open up for them.
Well, they tried a kick. Picked up by
No, leave it red.
Luca Grocott-Mason. He did well to pick that one off his toes. And again, they maintain possession well. Daniel Parker, he'll be busy. Quick to the base, quick ball. Didn't have a chance there. I think in the head guard it's Lewis Appleby. A bit of crossing.
Crossing.
There is Lewis Appleby. And it's a penalty for Amman United. Chance to relieve some pressure. Still early in the game, Gavin, but you look at it and you think, well, Pontypool have got to find a way past this Amman United defence to start with. They go inside to side, they need to go forward a little bit.
Yeah, they're pretty organised, Amman United. You know, they're on their feet, good spacings. One person competing in the contact area, which means they've got numbers on feet. I think for just for Pontypool, they've got to get some dominance of that kind of gain line, as well as just be patient, keep the ball. You know, it is a cup final, everyone's kind of starting full of energy. I'm sure that is going to start to dip as the game goes on.
Straight enough for the referee, through the hands. Not gone forward.
Back for red.
The Pontypool United have the ball.
Go on.
Just gone forward. Co-captain Kai Jones, just a little bit of nerves there. And his dad, Stefan Jones, is the head coach
Okay, this is mark,
of
lads.
this Pontypool United team.
Yeah, that's a mark.
Yeah.
Give the gap.
Didn't go forward.
Hands are square and stable.
And that one did.
Close!
Yeah, just snatched it a bit there, didn't
Boy!
he? And that's it, you know, first 7-8 minutes of a
Set!
cup final. Stadium like this, well, those kind of errors can happen, but this is a good attacking kind of platform for Amman here. They put a bit of width on it previously. Kind of a dream to have a scrum 10 metres line on the opposition half where you can kind of launch something with. They probably practice 5 or 10 times in training this week.
Pontypool, as I said, were here last year.
Close!
You're looking there about
Boy!
8 boys that are returning. Will that help them? Well,
You're coming
might
in so
ease
early,
the pressure and the nerves a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they probably thought it would help them when they come here, but you know, when you walk through the doors and down that tunnel of the stadium, it always takes your breath away. So it probably will stand them in good stead towards the end of the game. But there's lots of boys who are kind of probably walking out here for the first time. They just got to settle down, just got to take it in their stride.
Yeah, they might have been here before, but not on that hallowed turf. The Amman being very direct. Kennedy Richards with a carry. Again electing to kick, looking to turn Pontypool United. Oh, and the ball goes out with a grasp of Jack McDonough, and it'll be an Amman United line out deep in Pontypool United territory.
Yeah, they had a bit of speed of ball there, but he chose kind of to put it on the toe after looking up. But that's kind of perfect for Amman there, trying to put the pressure on the opposition, and now they get another attacking line out, and the opponent's kind of 15 metres out from the try line.
Conditions look perfect, but it has been raining. The roof has been open, so it is a little bit slippery underfoot. Breaking away are the Amman. 5 metres out.
Use it.
Composure now needed. Griff Rhys picks and goes. It's Pontypool defending once again. They've got to be brave. 5 metres out now. Flat ball again. Same option. Kennedy Richards. Now it's the forwards just to meet the shot. Here's a Davant Llewellyn.
Use it.
There's a bit of space here. Think about the back on the right. They're looking a bit stretched.
Oh, inches. Almost a bit of white line fever. Kept his cool.
Back foot.
Did Jack Clark. Now they go deep. Trying to squeeze over. Has he been held up? Yes, I think he has. The official's in the perfect spot. Cian Evans feeds the ball back. Again, they're on the charge. Clark again, but it's gone forward. But there's no advantage. It was a penalty.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable tackle in the corner there to keep him up. And to be fair, Amman were really kind of patient there. They've gone 10 plus phases from one side of the field to another 5 metres out. And they come back for the penalty now. We'll continue to put a bit of pressure on. I don't think he's going to go for the post on this one. I think they're going to go to the corner and try and put a bit more pressure on him.
The Amman never been in the under-18s boys final.
That's some more. Okay, if you're going to start to do it before I come more.
Toby Slater's kicked that ball up into the middle tier. No need for that, really, was there?
I think he tried to put it out to the roof, to be fair. Why not?
This is the tackle again in the corner. Cian Evans thought he'd squashed over, but it was great work by Alfie Prosser. And here come Amman United again, setting the drive well.
Some more.
Potential in from the side. I think he got away with that one.
Some more lads coming out.
And they've been held up. It'll be a Pontypool United scrum, and you can hear the decibel level go up in Principality. Lots of buses down from Pontypool.
Yeah, that's a great bit of mouldy there, no matter how they did it, to be fair. Kind of made sure there wasn't no momentum built, kept them close to that touchline, didn't let them come in field, and then have got a reward from the scrum off the back of that. So they'll be really buoyed by, after having some pressure on their own line, to kind of relieve that with a good bit of defence.
Yeah, it was Scott Crew. Great work by the tight head. Looking at it, who's down for Amman United? I think it's Paul Lacey that's down, I think. Yeah.
He's had a hectic first 12 minutes and he's put a fair few shots in. Probably just needs a breather at this point.
Yeah, he's been with Wales in the 18s competition. Usually plays at hooker, but you get the look of the Amman United that they've gone, let's get all our best players on the paddock tonight.
Yeah, what you want to do in a cup final, you want boys on the field who can affect the game. He's obviously got a bit of quality about him, a lot of quality about him being in and around that Wales 18s group, and I'm sure the other boys around him, seeing him on the field and the experience he's had in the last few weeks with the international group, will grow a bit as well. So I expect to see a lot more of him in the next 60 minutes.
Pontypool United scrum 5 metres out from their own line. Not really in the pocket, which makes me think we might see Jake Shepherd of the Dragons pick. No, 12 carry. Lovely carry it is as well by Charlie Gregory. That's the way to get out your 22. Still carrying. And they try and create a better angle for the box kick. It's going to happen. Daniel Parker opts to look for the safety of the touchline. Finds the touchline. Doesn't get too much distance on that one.
No, the first carry was almost too good. They got so much momentum. They thought, oh, we better start playing here, and then they had a look to go. But eventually they kind of do clear their lines, but not as far as I think they would have liked to. I think they'd like to play in a little bit more so in Amman's half here. They've probably been under the pump now for the last kind of 5-6 minutes. They're going to have to work hard to get out.
A pre-planned move again from Amman United. It's the number 8, Kevin Davis. You know, long-term injury. Might not last the 80 minutes, but certainly can make an impact. Cian Evans, the full-back, hitting the line again. He's played for Neath and Aberafon seniors this season already. If you're good enough, doesn't matter how old you are. Great work at the contact area by Pontypool United, second row, Ralph Evans.
Yeah, it's a good turnover, a little bit isolated in that contact. Trying to go edge to edge a little here, Amman. They can see that there's space and they're trying to get into it, but they just need to focus on making sure that they get in some dominance of the game line so they can earn the right to go and get in those white spaces.
We're in front of the kicker there.
Nice little nudge as well by Thomas Howard, getting them deep into Amman United territory.
Okay, red.
They've had all the ball, all the possession. They've looked at the most dangerous team that have Amman United, but it's 3-0 then.
Yeah, it almost feels like they've scored 2 or 3 tries. And this is that was Pontypool's first opportunity to launch a strike play, and unfortunately line-out's just gone on this.
Picked up.
They still got the Amman under a bit of pressure.
Ball's there, use it.
Piling bodies in there now at Pontypool.
Use it. Back foot, back foot.
One ball. Very similar story. Not too much distance, but finds the safety of the touchline.
Yeah, it's a difficult kick, that one off the right foot. You know, box X, you've got to hook it over your shoulder to go and get some distance. It's a really tough kick. He'd probably like to be closer to the touchline to exit there and maybe put a pressure on the chase, but again, it gives Pontypool an opportunity now to launch something.
The line out goes amiss once again. Thought there might have been a chance for the Amman to go, but that's a great nudge, carried back by McDonough.
Retreat black! Keep going. No, 13, keep going.
He finds Toby Slater again. Slater looks up. Fancies a pop. Good tackle by McDonough.
Off your feet now, leave it. Back foot.
Griff Rees.
No, hands away.
And a strong carry. I've got a feeling that Pontypool United are just growing in confidence in this game. They've weathered the storm. Great at the contact area, and it's another turnover.
Yeah, they've been good in the contact area, and they've really gone after it. You can see that kind of guy in behind the tackler is having a look to get on the ball, and this will kind of really boost their confidence if they go for goal here and they pull this to 3-3, particularly with some of the pressure they've been under in that first 16-17 minutes.
Yeah, that was Bailey Stride in the back row, the open side flanker, which has given Pontypool United a chance to make it all square at Principality Stadium after 16.5 minutes. Doesn't like the look of that one.
Yeah, he didn't quite strike that right, but I think pulled it kind of to the right. He had all the legs, but pulled it to the right to touch. He'd be disappointed with that one.
Make sure you're behind. 22 drop out, lads. Make sure you're behind.
No idea why they don't get a bit closer to the 22-metre line to take it. And it gives Pontypool United a chance to trundle forward. Great carry.
What's that? Back foot.
It's by Rudy Creel. Oh, 6 on his back. He'll get the ball in his hands a little bit more often. That is Pontypool United now breaking through. That was the number 8, Jake Shepherd. And it's Amman United's turn to defend now.
Yeah, it was a great carry, really got him over the game line there. Nice little intricate offloads to get within striking distance here.
Good effort. Leave it.
A little bit narrow, a lot of bodies on the floor for Pontypool United at the moment, but they are going forward.
No, he's got to grab. Leave it now, Red. Yeah, I understand that.
Ball is slowed right down, only one option then really.
On the ground. Pressure on the ground on beyond, and you've got to play a little away.
It's a penalty to Pontypool United. Cole Lacey penalised for his work at the breakdown. Might not have been him, it might have been someone on the wrong side.
Yeah, I think look,
on the ground,
I'd have to have a look at the replay, I suppose. I don't know if he kind of didn't release before going in on the ball, or but it's given another opportunity right in front of the stick. Second shot after the first one, I think he'd be more comfortable taking this one a goal.
Be really positive, I would imagine, the messages coming on from Pontypool United side, because they weathered a massive storm and they've turned things around a little bit.
Yeah, I think looking at the way they play, they're trying to get those kind of big lumps on the ball as much as possible. You can see them kind of in those wide channels, trying to get opportunities to go against backs, and that's worked for them in the last few phases of play.
And we are all square at Principality Stadium. Amman United 3, Pontypool United 3, and this isn't football, even though they're both Uniteds. This is the great carry from the number 8 with 19 on his back, Jake Shepherd. Another one with the Dragons, and as you said, Gavin, just keeping the ball alive as well.
Yeah, once they got over that game line there, they kind of scramble in the Amman defence just because of those offloads, change the point of contact. Good rugby from Pontypool.
Well, they're certainly gaining confidence. They're finding gaps. Up the far touchline they trundle. Ball still in play. Flag isn't up. It's play on. Crossfield.
Yeah, they've really got a bit of momentum now, and they great carry off that kick-off. They've really got a bit between their teeth now, and like you say, they are really growing in confidence here, and they look like the tide is almost turning.
Yeah, no, I got you. Sorry? This flag can go up. So no. Good. Black. Give the gap.
Yeah, backs and forwards combining again. Luca Grocott Mason did well to keep his toes in. That ball still alive. Alfie Prosser looks for contact. Carter Mason hanging on to him. Got into the deck. If they go left, they have a chance, but they go right. Jake Shepherd, another carry.
Tap him out. Ball's there.
Thomas Howard thought he spotted a gap. Cian Evans again not finding greenery, but Arts come right off the side of the boot. A win in the kicking battle for Amman United.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. A bit of a kicking battle there, and both teams just stayed in it, and there was a bit of checkmate to see who's going to make the first mistake, and now it's Pontypool, unfortunately for them. But Amman need to get going now. They need to get their hands back on the ball. They need to get themselves back in the game. Strike move to launch a year could be the perfect opportunity.
First job is done. They win the line out. Oh, now it's Pontypool United's turn to be physical in the contact area.
Great shot, great double shot there.
Out the back door, a little bit messy, always under pressure. Was he one ball?
Yeah, I think that was pre-called and kind of didn't quite get the momentum they wanted, and they still went through with the call, so probably lucky to get away with that one.
It's the Amman's turn to now kick. Carried back, and that puts a lot of pressure on Prosser. He's got a man on his inside, decides to take on Williams, who scrags him down. McDonough now under pressure from the loose head, Cian Lewis.
Use it! Not for me, no. Use it!
We'll have to go one more phase before potentially clearing. Always a risk. And they see after another turnover, and they go another one as well.
Yeah, you can see he's going hard at that contact there. Got nothing to lose, particularly deep inside the Pontypool half.
Oh, that's what you like to see from your 10. He knew there were people in his face. He had to do something about it.
That's a great turnover.
Yeah, they turned it over. Davant Llywelyn. And there's Amman on the front foot now.
Yeah, they've been a narrow year, Pontypool. 2 passes could beat them, I think.
Oh, good decision to come in off the wing by Luca Grocott-Mason. But Carter Williams, the elusive Carter Williams. We might speak a bit more about his lineage in a bit. Off their feet, they're Amman United. They're penalised.
Yes, great defensive spot on the edge here when they probably saved the score there. Off their feet, and then we got a bit of handbags then. Boys want to get to know each other a bit better.
Well, you know, you had Cole Lacey in the middle of it all, and in all fairness to him, he wasn't doing much, but he got absolutely swarmed. But that's the great tackle by Luca Grocott-Mason. This is Carter Williams, son of the one and only Shane Williams.
Well, lads, I understand there's an intense game, okay?
Yeah, they link in really well, and they after that contact area there, just keeping the ball alive, and Pontypool's done that really well at times as well.
Have a word with both teams, okay?
There he comes in, Cole Lacey, which is, I hate to say, but he's kind of Henry Pollock-esque at the minute with the blonde hair.
Let's hope not. Sorry, Henry. I'm not sure about bleach blonde hair, because, you know, if you're squeaky clean and your discipline is top notch, then, you know, it's fine. But if you're not, you'll get seen all the time.
Particularly in the back row, I think they are trying to hide as much as possible, particularly around discipline. So it's a big call to bleach your hair blonde and have white boots or bright boots as well. That's almost asking for trouble twice.
Yeah, absolutely. Better to be invisible on a rugby field sometimes. Another bit of treatment. Pontypool player injured this time. Is that Charlie Gregory? Lewis Appleby may be getting some treatment.
Where my foot is, I'll step away.
A lot of tape going on to the right arm, it looks like. When we restart, it will be a penalty for Pontypool United.
Good. Time's back on. Straight off your feet.
I was correct. It was Charlie Gregory. And he's good to continue.
It's a great kick.
And a good kick as well by Thomas Howard.
Okay, red. Black. Give me up. Good.
Pontypool United's ball into midfield they go. Lewis Appleby. Forwards coming round the corner. Captain Kai Jones. The switch a little bit static.
Leave it. Hands away, red.
But we know they're very good at maintaining possession. Breaking tackles now upon Pontypool United. Rudy Creel again. Lovely timing of the run there. Ralph Evans.
Leave it now, red.
Into midfield. A lot of Amman hands out. They're off their feet now. They'll have to leave it. No penalty forthcoming. Charlie Gregory with a carry.
Leave it.
Yeah, they're just keeping the ball well at this point. You can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to beat them around the corner. Get those kind of big boys with their hands on the ball. They're earning a bit of ground a minute, but they are working hard to earn it.
Yeah, eke another penalty potentially. Lewis Appleby in the head guard again. Good work at the contact area by the Amman and their second row, Tom James.
Yeah, no, I really said
good turn. You could see that clear release. Good picture for the referee there. Probably easy one for him to give.
Yeah, no. Push him on. Good.
Approaching the half-hour mark in this final. 3 points apiece. Not that kind of game, Gavin, though, is it? I did expect some real tries to be scored in this final, but you know, you can see it's a proper game of rugby, this.
Okay,
yeah, it hasn't been a 3-all 27 minutes, to be fair, is it? It's, Amman have had their opportunities, as well as Pontypool have kind of made some breaks and kind of got a bit of momentum as well, and had some opportunities.
The Amman United line has been very effective. Not too many arms in that tackle. Well, that's not picked up. What is picked up?
7. There's actually no need for that. Cut it out.
Is the turnover by Bailey Stride.
First man on.
Great work again by the open side of Pontypool United.
Yeah, I think they're lucky to get away with that tackle, as you say there. I don't know if we're going to see a replay here. But again, another good turnover. I think coming back inside there, you're coming back inside the traffic. There we see that tackle. You're coming back inside the traffic there, which is a defensive dream.
Yeah, the Amman look quite fixed in the plays they want to do. Maybe they want to just play a bit looser. They might get a bit more success. Brave throw to the back.
6-8.
Pontypool United, they've lost that forward. Jake Shepherd.
Advantage number 6 and 8 offside.
But Amman United were offside. Now a decision for Pontypool to do. Are they going to pop this into the corner or head for the sticks?
Offside number 6 and 8.
Yeah, I think they should probably pop it over. I think he's looking at goal now, which is a good decision. As we said earlier on, cup final to get ahead on the scoreboard's key here, but I think they're really looking to get Jake Shepherd on the ball. Very strong carrier, obviously, and that's a good kind of set up by the boys and the coaching staff to put him in positions where he's kind of running the single defenders in those wider channels. So I'm sure we'll see more of that as the game wears on.
.60 seconds from when the penalty is awarded or when the tee enters the field of play. It's never quite as clear as that, but you have 60 seconds to kick for goal, or a minute, whatever you want to say. Confident strike, absolutely did. Thomas Howard, second penalty. Shaky start for the outside half. Pontypool United off the tee, but as his team have done, he's grown in confidence as well, and they lead this boys under 18s final 6-3 against Amman United.
When you're ready.
Good hang-in restart. Pontypool United take that one.
Use it!
Have to keep this one in play, which Daniel Parker does. A little bit infield, but a good chase.
Yeah, good kick to compete there. Just a tad long, but good chase from Pontypool. Gained themselves 20-30 metres. Defensively, look a little bit narrow, but important to get some line speed here. They want Amman kind of trying to open up 5-6 minutes before half time.
Well, they do try and play a little bit of rugby. 10 on 10. Little kick over the top.
It's not a tackle. Tackle now.
That's a tackle. After release, the ball is there for Pontypool United. They look to play a couple of phases, but the Amman again strong over the ball.
First man on the ball, number 13.
James Bentley was in there, the centre.
Number 13, holding on.
13 on his back. He's a big lump, is James Bentley, 400-metre runner in a former life.
But he's first man in.
He turned down the chance to go for goal. Head to the corner.
Yeah, I thought he might have had a crack to the sticks there. I thought he might have fancied that he had the distance previously. I think it's just important for Amman now to keep the ball, just for them to go some multi phases to try and stretch kind of Pontypool, what they don't need to do now is panic. They don't need to kind of go for any chips over the tops, you know, big 30-40 metre passes. They just need to keep the ball and put some pressure on.
Good nudge into the corner. Keep it simple. Look to set the drive again, do Amman United. Griff Rhys wants the ball back. Pontypool United, you've got to be careful
19, no.
how you come in and don't change your bind. Rolling along at Amman United, and they're brought to the deck. Griff Rhys, I think he's got the ball back.
Yeah, the ball's there.
Lacey, took his eyes off the ball, it's gone forward. Pontypool United scrum 5 metres out.
Yeah, that's a tough one there. Great line speed from Pontypool. They're already ready, set and ready to get off the line, and that's the difficulty when that driving ball goes down defensively. Pontypool can just get on their feet, get some line speed and put some real pressure on the ball carriers, which they've done there. And unfortunately, Paul just takes his eyes off the ball.
It's a knock on. Scrum, not ball. Come in, lads. Crouch!
Into the last 10 minutes of the first half. No clock. We try and keep with the referee, but he is the official timekeeper. We're only a guide, so we're there or thereabouts.
Lads, down there, okay. Try again. Look them up.
Yeah, Gavin Dacey has reminded me it's under 18s rugby, 35 minutes a half. So we're into the last 5 minutes, 2 minutes from half time. Even more of an important scrum for Pontypool United. It wheels, and the arm goes in favour of the Amman. Will they fancy another scrum? Well, will they tap and go?
Yeah, it's all the rage now. Some fancy tap plays, whether they've got one or whether they're just going to go for pure grunt. Yep, we've got something fancy on our hands.
Well, a tap and then some pure grunt. Ball shoots out. Lacey tidying things up. Puts them 4 metres out again. Bull.
Hands away! Clear release.
Sharp on the penalty was the referee, Nathan Kirby.
Clear release.
This is a kickable penalty, Gavin, isn't it?
Well, if you're talking 1-2 minutes before half time, going in there at 6-all rather than 6-3 down, plus there's going to be a lot of momentum from Pontypool if they manage to keep Amman United out there, so it's a big call.
Time is off. There's an injury in the Pontypool United ranks. I'm
not sure if I was the Amman United captain here, I'd be talking to the referee about the number of penalties which have been given away in this red zone in the last 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah, doesn't look good. There's Bailey Stride that's down. He seems in a lot of pain. You never know, because if he's gone in for the jackal, it can be a hamstring, can be a knee.
He went straight for the ball tackle.
Keeping an eye out for Seb.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, he's just, I think it's hyperextended his hammy, isn't it, you know?
Yeah, looks like that's always a danger there, in the position you're caught in when you get in, kind of wiped away off a ball, and it looks like he feels it a little bit later than when he gets a hit, but yeah, it looks like a hamstring.
Yeah, it's his left. I thought it was his right, but both legs were quite stiff there. Studs get stuck in the deck and pop goes the hamstring. He was never quick enough to pull one. Not what you want to happen in the final. You know, you want to do everything to carry on and play because it's your big moment, but you kind of got to use your brain, haven't you, a little bit here.
Just let him take.
He's going to be disappointed here, but you know, there's more to come for these young boys. This is a pinnacle. He's been out on the park, but he's got to look after himself.
I mean, United are taking it just short is Rhys. Oh, well, that's not short, because Cole Lacey has crashed over the all-action peroxide blonde Hooker playing in the back row in this cup final, crashes over for the opening try in favour of the team from the west. Amman United, they lead again in this under-18s boys cup final.
Yeah, that's a really worked score there as well. They kind of come round the corner looking like they're going to go front line, and then they've got that second option kind of in the back, and you know, it's really tough to stop. 2-3 metres out there, powerful runner as well, really tough to stop.
Yeah, this is a good angle to see what Gavin said. You got a short runner coming in, you got a lot of decoy runners there, not causing any problems, and you've got their talisman really then crashing over.
Yeah, something they've obviously worked on. You know, they've worked on that red zone attack, and they've seen where they need to make sure that they sell some multiple options to the line, and it's come up trumps from.
Yeah, that is half-time. The half-time whistle has gone. Conversion was successful for Toby Slater. So, the option of not going for 3 has worked out for Amman United, because they've crossed for the only try in this final, and they lead at half-time in the under-18s boys cup final by 4 points. It's Amman United 10, Pontypool United 6. We're going to have a break, but we're going to show you some highlights as well. Big shots, good carries, and the one try that separates the teams.
You've got it, channel over to.
Welcome back. Both teams stayed out on the Principality.
The guys giving thumbs up.
No point going back into the change rooms now. Glorious evening in the heart of Cardiff. Hanner cynta diddorol iawn. Amman ar y blaen o 10-6 yn erbyn Pontypool United. Digon I chwarae yno am y 35 munud nesa. All to play for in the next 35 minutes. Amman United lead Pontypool United by 10 points to 6. Just one try in an entertaining first half, and the early pressure in the second half is from the Amman. They'll have a line out, and their line out has functioned really well.
Back.
Yeah, I think it's been a pretty balanced first half there. Amman kind of set piece has been really good, and they've launched a few attacks and looked dangerous off the set piece, but not a great clearance by Pontypool, and Amman kind of continuing with that momentum which they had at the end of the first half to get that score.
Ball now.
Well, they went to the back. I thought we were going to see a little peel, but they elected to drive it. And it's that man Griff Rees, one of the many Amman boys in the Amman United team.
Come back.
Looking to get it through the hands. Not going to get the ball in the hands of the wingers. Ale Davis gets a touch.
Back foot.
They're on the back foot at the moment. The Amman.
Back.
Not gone forward, but again under a bit of pressure. And held on, did he, one bull.
Holding on.
Yeah, that set piece played in quite good. Right from you could see what they're trying to do, just not quite the accuracy they needed again. Now wide channel, and then they were on the back foot a little bit from there, a little bit of a spill, and Pontypool got a back row, back five, as they have done all night. Been straight on the ball and had an opportunity to turn over.
Has been a change for Pontypool United. Logan Leonard has come off. The loose head prop on has gone number 16, George Jones.
Take a step over.
There's the penalty. Super work at the breakdown by Pontypool United.
Yeah, very quick to that breakdown there, so an opportunity, very quick to that.
More!
The line-out has functioned as well.
That's once now.
One area of the game they had to clean up at half time. I'm sure there would have been some messages. Centres combined. Show and go there. Thought about kicking at the outside half. Thomas Howard, but elected to carry. And George Hobbs gets a first touch on his first carry. Flat. Good carry again. Jake Shepherd. Always have to
come out, release. Yeah, let's do it.
Shown a lot of this kind of stuff in the first half, Gavin, didn't they? Composure, ball in hand. Phase play, excellent. Oh! What a curse that was in Coventry. Good phase play, but an intercept. And going under the sticks is the paceman, Ale Davis. A second try for Amman United. It was a bold ball off the left hand by Thomas Howard, and it was exceptionally well read by Ale Davis.
Yeah, very good read. Really good line speed from Amman. They brought down the first 35, and they've done so now coming out in the second half. You can see him just really getting off the line, cutting the space down, and as soon as he's taken that, there's no one catching him.
And it's not Ale Davis, it's James Bentley. Looked down, I saw 11 and it was 13. It was the 400-metre runner, James Bentley.
Yeah, he's got time to celebrate there, points to the crowd. Not sure who he's pointing to in that empty stand, but I'm sure there'll be a picture of that somewhere up in the clubhouse.
Well, that's rugby for you. Pontypool on the attack in the Amman United 22. One pass goes astray, and James Bentley goes the length of the field. This is the angle. Oh!
Make sure you're behind.
He read it from a long way out.
Yeah, Pontypool were building pretty nicely as well. Again, they were kind of sticking to that structure of trying to get that big back five on the ball, and they were kind of making ground. They've got to be really careful here, Pontypool. Don't play too loosely now. One score can get them back into this game, so they just need to have a little bit of patience, get their hands on the ball in the right areas, and just tighten up a touch in those red
Forward,
zones.
advantage.
Well, the Amman try to play out of their own 22, but they've knocked the ball
Still
forward.
up an advantage.
Scrum advantage for Pontypool United.
Good line speed again from Amman.
Always on the back foot. Will the advantage be over?
No advantage, lads. Knock on by red.
The answer is no. Back will come for a scrum.
Okay,
Yeah, I think
knock on
it's,
by red. Scrum, black
it's
ball.
really starting to take out the
No
Pontypool.
advantage
You can see
coming,
him going hard round the corner with
Go,
those forwards,
go.
and it's kind of getting up off the floor
Black ball,
a little
yeah.
bit slower and slower, just because the volume of carries is kind of taking it out a little bit. I think they really need to, when they've got that speed of ball off that first carry, try and get that edge, try and kind
Okay,
of
lads,
play with
make sure
that
you're
speed
pushing
of ball,
straight.
because Amman are absolutely eating up a flat line here and coming off really hard and taking that space away.
Well, there's the line speed. They were always under pressure. Pontypool
Set.
referee bang on with his call, but that's a penalty at scrum time.
Your elbows down.
All the plaudits are going David Thomas.
Lost
Die
the ball.
back. He's not so back though. There's the tight head.
Okay, there's your mark.
Yeah, I won't pretend I know what's going on at scrum time there, but I'm sure Pontypool will be disappointed. Good platform to kind of get going off a strike, and then penalty goes against them and they find themselves under pressure again.
Okay, black. Red. No
United
contest.
line out, no contest from Pontypool. Kennedy Richards. Often use him as a carrier. McDonough.
Retreat black.
The famous Welsh international and British and Irish Lion in his family as well. Jack McDonough,
Knock on.
his grandfather, the great
Scrum
Graham
black ball.
Price.
It was a knock on first.
And that little nudge and the chase.
He couldn't help it by
Let's
being
give
there
him
with the ball
Pontypool
going into him, okay?
a scrum in
Just a knock
the,
on. Scrum.
in the
black ball.
Amman half. A good platform to attack as we look at the kick again.
Okay.
One Bull trying to take it on the full. Top gas there. Didn't quite manage it.
Bind!
Yeah, left
Set.
hand scrum even better. Scrum off on the far side.
Try and get the ball out of there. And the penalty goes in favour of
Drive it up.
Pontypool United that time. The angle driving up was David Thomas. Just shows how crucial discipline is.
Yeah, again it can swing back and forward momentum, particularly at scrum time. Pontypool now have a really good opportunity to get back
Okay,
into
right.
the game. If I put my money
Black.
on it, they're probably going to have a go at them up front
Okay,
here.
go through
and-
Captain Alex.
but fancy the chance of getting across that line in the driving line out.
She'll throw in anyway, so hold it. Okay. Take a step up. Yeah, you've stepped off yours now, though.
Keeping it simple down the front of Pontypool United. Look to set the drive.
Okay. That's once
Some
now.
changes.
Down by
Charlie
black.
Burrows, Danny Hutchinson
Use
are on.
it. No, leave it.
Great timing of the run. Good defence as well from Amman United. I think it's that man Jake Shepherd again. There's the centre,
No.
Charlie Gregory.
Touch on the ground.
Another penalty.
No. On the line.
Don't take this one too quickly.
line, lads.
Kai Jones, ball in hand.
Touch on the ground.
Same idea potentially.
Good.
And they've scored, they've crossed, taken it, and bundled
Over the
their
line,
way
on the
over.
right.
As Gavin Dacey said,
No, because you're straight on the ground. You touch the ground first.
they had to show some composure because it was a one-score game then, not to start leaking tries, and they've done that as we look at the replay.
Good
Yeah,
reach.
straight over the top. Ruben Molson, the co-captain, taps and goes. Doesn't rely on anybody else, using brute force to get over. Splits the defenders.
Yeah, there's no kind of spicy tap play there. It was kind of pure grunt tap, great carry, great reach, and it's on the back of them keeping the ball for a number of phases of play, through penalties, through errors from Amman United, and spending time in the Amman United half and getting a reward. And it now makes a 6-point game, 4 to be kick conversion, so it's a 4-point game.
Yeah, that's what happens in rugby. No one's going to run away with this one. As we see the replay again, just picked the gap between Kean Lewis and Tom James. Splits the defenders, and the conversion was successful by Thomas Howard.
Make sure you're behind.
Kean Evans. And a long restart. Almost over the top on the Pontypool United blindside. Rudy Creel, he's had a couple of carries, but a bit of crossing, exactly what you don't want when you just found your way back into the game.
Yeah, it's a big contact there, great shot, but he stays on his feet. Not sure if that's an accidental cross or if that's kind of just getting in the way, but the penalty's been given. It's now an opportunity for Amman to stretch that lead and get to a 7-point game, which will make them a little bit more comfortable, but as we said in the last 4 or 5 minutes, it's certainly not over.
Yeah, Regan Griffiths is on wearing 16 for Amman United. They're out at half. Toby Slater is getting some treatment for either a tight hammy. While he's getting the treatment, Carter Williams has stepped up to have a shot at goal. Slots it over. It's now a 7-point game again. Amman 17, Pontypool United 13. 47 minutes on the clock in this 70-minute game.
Yeah, I think we see a year on year. The players don't realise how quick the game is on year, how big the field is, how good the turf is, how much faster it is than usual. So I think we kind of start to see a little bit of fatigue across both fields now, and subs are going to be vital in kind of how the last quarter of this game plays out.
Yep.
Regan Griffiths has come on for number 8, Hayden Davis. I mentioned that he's returning from injury. Playing for the Scarlets against the Ospreys, under 18s.
No.
Retaining possession is key. The blonde locks.
Hands away.
Try scorer Paul Lacey. Is there a chance to get some width on the ball? Oh, was there a left mitt in that? Definitely was a knock on. Was it a penalty? Yes, it was.
Deliberate.
Good communication there between the officials.
Black, okay.
Yeah, there's an opportunity there to get in that wide channel. Looked to go inside, which was the right call, particularly with the pressure he was under, and kind of that left hand just dabbed that ball down.
If you had a TMO and this was the URC, potentially you'd look at a yellow card there.
Yep, agree. Definitely a try scoring opportunity. I know they're a long way out,
good.
but definitely a try scoring opportunity to get down this left hand touchdown.
Bravery by Ewan Bull. Gets the ball to Carter Williams on the outside. Oh, try to find support on the inside, but he found Lewis Appleby. And now it's Kean Evans under a bit of pressure. A win-win for Pontypool United.
Yeah, that's how the momentum swings on these games. Penalty over here with a try scoring opportunity, and then all of a sudden Pontypool back down just inside the 22, trying to draw this game level.
Set the line. Come in. Okay. Hold the goal. Go.
Cole Adams is on wearing 20.
That's thumbs up.
And Ralph Evans is off for Pontypool United.
Okay.
And,
Good marks, lads.
the
60.
Amman have lost their outside half. Toby Slater, never a good thing to lose your 10.
Where? He's off the pitch. He's off the pitch.
Changes happening. Will Carter Williams go to 10? He might. Contest in the line now.
Captain. Good one.
Is that a free kick?
Not straight, lads. Put out there. Scrum. Red ball.
His ball. Okay. Not straight enough in that line. And it's number 19 that's come on for the Amman. Josh Dobar is on. Tom James in the second row. And there definitely has been a change in the back line as well, because we've seen Toby Slater leave.
Bind! Set! Black pushing early.
Free kick taken quickly.
I understand that, but you need to also hold your weight.
Always a risk.
No. On the mark, lads. Don't take a point my back.
There was. He's already gone at 85 metres.
No, I get
James
that.
Bentley
You
fancied
don't
another
push
burst through the middle there.
He's a big lump as well, he's very rangy. At full speed, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Back for the... I thought it was a free kick initially, wasn't it? And has he changed it to a penalty? No, he hasn't. So the Amman have elected to kick for the safety of the touchline.
Okay, Red, stick to your mark. Just off the line. Step over. By there.
Pick the bones out of this one. Pretty unsteady. Yeah, you can't take a free kick behind the referee's back.
Not held.
Good strong carry once
First line
again.
in.
Yeah, strong
First
over
line
the
in.
ball. Replacement Regan Griffiths wins the penalty this time for Amman United.
Yeah, Pontypool
By
can't
there.
just quite get a bit of momentum here. They just
Okay,
can't
penalties
quite
are starting
get
to
into
build
the
up now,
game.
okay? So have a word with the
Few
team.
things
Otherwise
going
we'll
down
start
off the
anymore.
scrum, free kick, pen
Hold it.
there. I just can't spend enough time
Good
up
box.
here and putting pressure
Box
on
by here.
them.
Okay, just hold it while you're on the chat.
Well, referee Nathan Kirby saying penalties are building up.
Okay.
I'm not sure if he's had a word with the Amman, because the same thing could be said there.
First man in.
Yeah, it might be a bit of clever play from the captain somewhere, putting a word in his ear maybe.
Okay, Black. It's your mark.
Carter Williams has put
Red,
the
please,
Amman
everyone.
into Pontypool United's half, just about their line out. Griffiths been brave to the back a few times. Simpler to the middle. A little bit messy. Eventually gets out to Carter Williams in midfield. Kennedy Richards with a little bit of a
Tackle
step.
there! Release!
And he's scragged.
Why not came with Black?
Regan Griffiths, try scorer, match winner in the semi-final. There's another try scorer in this game, James Bentley.
Tackle now. Leave it. Back foot.
Williams really on the outside. Aled Davis
Knock on by Red.
losing the ball in contact.
Black ball.
Lost a bit of shape. That happens sometimes when you lose your 10.
Knock on by
Yeah,
Red.
I think there's probably
Scrum.
a little bit of change of personnel there, which
Thumbs up for me,
they're
lads.
used to. I think young Williams has moved up into 10 there, and he's just probably come into kind of terms with what it looks like in the second half.
For me,
Try
they
getting
were
to
held
that
the ball on
edge,
the
some
ground,
good
so you come in,
carries,
and then you can
great
take the
rip
scrum,
there
okay?
from
Good
13.
head.
They're probably just kind of overplaying in that, and around that halfway point at the
Knock on by
minute where
Red,
they don't really need to. What they did really well in the first half is kind of kick into the corner, go and chase really well, go and play in the right areas, and they're probably just overplaying a touch here.
Yeah, Johan Booth is on for the Amman. Wearing 23, he's replaced Toby Slater. A lot of people with cramp, tight calves, tight hammies. It's a monster of a pitch.
It is. It's really quick, you know. Plus, these
Okay.
boys have come out with
Guys,
bags
knock
and
on
bags
by
of
Red.
energy,
Scrum, black ball.
chasing everything down, hitting every contact
Come on,
area,
lads.
getting off the line really quickly.
Right, lads,
And they
you
are
hold-
going to
hold your
fatigue,
push,
and we
okay?
will see that
Don't
towards
go
the
too
end of the
early.
game. More cramp, kind of more fatigue, which brings more errors, but also brings more of an open game. So again, kind of how these subs and integrated into this game will be really important.
Pontypool United ball.
Boys!
Not gone by
Set!
Davis. Scrum under a little bit of
Goes
pressure.
out.
Lovely, quick feet.
Back up. Hands away, Red!
By Lewis Appleby.
He's trying, you're trapping him in.
Again, beating defenders.
Great
carry.
Back up. Not on the ball.
That's the second row, that was
It's on you. Opportunity.
Molson. There's the blind side, Rudy Creel.
Back foot.
Line speed again, good by Amman United. Keeping Pontypool United on the back foot.
Hands away, leave it. Right.
That's what Pontypool need to do. Get some
Oh, no,
support
put your
on
picture
Carrier's shoulders. That's crossfield. Time. Was there a mark called? No. Was he tackled? Did he release? Lots of questions. And there's the penalty.
First man in.
Penalty to Pontypool United. Holding on. Johan Booth.
Yeah, again,
Yes.
great line speed by Amman United.
He was on the
Nothing
player on the
much
ball.
on for the 10.
And he
But
gave a
the
lift.
kick there, unless he
That's as clear as it can
carries it back into traffic himself. A little bit flat, Pontypool. Not really much options for the young 10 there when he's kind of looking to his left. But again, great chase, and they've forced that turnover, which has given them now another opportunity to go in the corner. And like I said previously, I'll probably bet my house they're gonna try and drive this
On the
over.
line, yeah. It's on the line.
Great opportunity
Black.
for Pontypool United. 7 points adrift. Oh, I'm not sure if that was deliberate or not.
Not straight.
There was a contest
There's a clear left to the
and
front,
it
lads.
wasn't straight enough.
Straight. Captain. What do you want? Go on, red ball. Not straight.
Maybe a scrum for Amman United on their own 5 metre line. Let's have a look at this contest.
That's
Yeah,
15. Just under.
has to be straight even though it's over the 15.
Yeah. He'll be disappointed with that. Again, probably another opportunity gone for him
Keep the gap, lads.
to kind of get back into
No,
this
no,
game.
lads. What are you doing? On the mark. That's fine.
I always ask this question. It's a cup final.
Boys!
Do you know the regs of the draw?
Set!
I believe it is a.
Good start to answer. I believe.
I believe. So I won't fully commit, but I believe that it's tries, conversions, penalties, and if that's a draw, it's a shade cup.
No extra time.
Okay,
No
red.
extra time. Definitely not
Right.
extra time. That's one thing I do know.
Be careful in the scrum because it
I
looks
think
like your hips
the
are coming
same
out, okay?
rules apply
That's
all the
straight,
way
keep it
through the
straight.
cup
Yeah,
competition, and that's
straight.
exactly
Keep it
what
straight.
happened in
Okay,
the
watch it.
semi-final when they finished 20 points apiece. The Amman against Bargoed came down to tries. That's a brave throw. Could work out nicely. It could be another chance for
There he
Bentley.
goes.
Bentley finds Ale Davis. Ale Davis on the outside finds the ball back inside. Carter Williams nudges one through. That ball will roll on, will it? Oh, could he have kept that in hand?
Ball going dead there,
But
captain.
that's how dangerous Amman United can be from their own line.
That's a great
Captain,
break.
it's gone dead.
Good bit of
22
space
or
there, and
scrum where it's
sometimes it
kicked
comes from opposition error.
22 drop
Really
out, okay.
rangy in these wide channels here. You thinking that he's going to try and get in that gap himself. Feeds it on and ball in two
Guys,
hands, and he gets
make
on
sure
the
you're
outside of him, which is superb.
That is pure pace, that is. Yeah. Don't think there was much chance of keeping that alive, and that restart has gone straight over.
Sorry? No,
Again, what a swing of momentum. We've gone from 5 metre line out, outside the Amman try line, to now Amman United. Again, the opportunity to maybe go 2 scores in front if they can apply a bit of pressure down this part of the field.
Momentum,
It's on its way
the
to the- okay,
word
lads.
in rugby. And there was an option,
15.
scrum, all lined out, and the Amman, unsurprisingly, have elected to go for the scrum.
Yeah, again, left hand scrum, kind of the best attacking platform you can have as a back line. Scrum half, kind of not really in that defensive line. A really good one
Set.
to have a
Steady,
launch play here.
Steady.
They'll work hard to get the ball back out of this
Goes
one.
out.
Eventually gets it to midfield. Out the back door. Williams, lovely ball to Davis. Davis, we've seen the pace. And once again he shows it. This time to go on the outside and to go over. A second, third try for Amman United. And this one could be crucial in this cup final.
Yeah, that's a really, really well worked strike play. Kind of that double wraparound. Those who will watch kind of a lot of Six Nations would have seen Ireland do this a lot during the Six Nations, to get that extra man on the edge. Nice little lift to the winger. Two wingers coming together in play, and look how rangy he is running that in. There's not a lot of stopping him from there when he's got a bit of space.
That man, Carter Williams, has gone into the 10 position, and he was instrumental in that try for Aled Davis. Conversion is successful, and just like that, it's a 14-point game. Amman United 27, Pontypool United 13. What's on the clock? About 10 minutes of this cup final left.
Yeah, I'm sure Shane will be happy with that set piece, one they probably practice a lot all season, and then in the lead up to this game, to see it come off in the paddock's really pleasing.
Take him out of the ball. You run straight into him.
It hasn't gone in favour of Pontypool United. They're faithful and happy with it. Was there a tackle in the air? We'll get the luxury of seeing this again. We can make the call. Yeah, I'm not sure. You know, one thing I would say, I don't think that Charlie Gregory had his eyes on the ball at all. So you've got to be conscious of where the ball is and what you are doing.
Yeah, I just think if he's going to compete there, he's got to try and compete. I don't think he really changes his running line or leaves the ground at all.
Back up. There's room.
Placements for the
There's always keep the gap.
Griff Rees. The hooker is off. Evan Wiles is on, wearing 20. Clean line-up ball for the Amman.
You've broken them all. Come to the middle.
Ian Hockaday is on also. For Pontypool United. Kai Jones is off. And they've turned the ball over as well, have United? Pontypool, that is.
Ball was out, lads. Ball was out.
And now the Amman have won it back. Play on, says the referee. Dyfan Llywelyn, quick thinking. Williams under pressure. Kennedy Richards trying to straighten.
Leaving out black. No,
Regan
6 away.
Griffiths on his shoulder.
No.
One ball with a kick. Not maybe where he intended it to go. Beating defenders. Finding some space. You've got to throw a bit of caution to the wind if you're Pontypool United now.
Yeah, they've got to go all out now here, haven't they? They've got to try and keep the ball as much as they can. They've got to kind of go for that offload they wouldn't potentially go for. They've got to go for that play they wouldn't kind of normally do. They've got to check the kitchen sink at it out for the last 7-8 minutes.
No, leave it red.
Lewis Jenkins with the carry.
Come back off the knee.
Just lost the ball forward. Got to be wary here of what the Amman do. They might look to go.
They originally went back off the knee. Knock on, right back. Scrum, red ball.
Whistle's gone. Scrum.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Amman managed now the last kind of 7 or 8 minutes. Obviously 2 scores ahead. It can be easy to kind of sit back and enjoy this now, which they definitely should, but one more score from Pontypool and they could be back in the game, so they just need to manage this smartly, play right areas, don't take any risks they don't have to take.
Yeah. But that was the offload. Scott Crew just trying to get the ball away. Couldn't manage it.
Steady it, steady it.
Scrum.
Steady it.
Scrum under pressure. Again, Pontypool got to work very hard to get the ball out. Carter Williams Low raking kick.
It's a good kick.
Great nudge.
Out by Black.
Was it carried back? Yes, it was. Touched by Pontypool United hand.
Yeah, he's done well to find some space from being in the pocket there. Great kick down that right hand side. Winger was probably a bit flat. Tries to keep it in. Again, I haven't got an opportunity to attack again.
Yeah, Danny Hutchinson just having to take a gamble there, because the likelihood is I think that would have been a 50-22 anyway, so worth trying something.
Yeah, great kick. Good kind of, particularly being in the pocket of the scrum there. That's a tough kick to throw over into the right hand side over the winger's head.
Yeah, Carter Williams, he has played 10 and 15 this year for the Amman, so he's more than comfortable slotting into that 10 position. Another bit of cramp. Clock is stopped. We've got 6 and a bit minutes left. Is there time for Pontypool United?
I think it's never say never. They've got to go 80 metres here to probably get a score in the next few minutes to make for a thrilling end to the game. But obviously Amman got the ball here. They keep this.
Red ball.
Potentially a couple of knock-ons there, but it's play on. Carter Williams took that one very high. They look to get wide again. Cian Evans, is calling for a switch. Something you don't really see in the modern game that much, and that was, I think Alan Davis would have walked in for a second try there.
Captain.
Yeah, I think he's trying to give him the eyebrow lift there to come back inside, but didn't quite read him. But again, the positive for the Amman, they down in the Pontypool half. Pontypool got to go 80 metres here to try and get a score to keep them in the game.
Yeah, wingers these days are told keep your width, hug the touchline. But sometimes you need to break the mould. A little bit like what Shane Williams used to do. Thomas Bull. And the Bull twins on together, I think they are. Ewan Bull and Thomas Bull. What a day that is. You and your twin playing in a cup final at Principality Stadium.
Proud day for Mum and Dad.
Nudge coming on from Amman. Pontypool United are going to be trapped just outside their 22. And like Gavin alongside me said, it's not where they want to be.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't thrown caution to the wind there and just even tried to put a bit of width on it even from the 22.
5 and 6.
5-6 minutes left. They really need to get something. Benches are starting to be unloaded, so there's a bit more energy coming in the game off the bench as well.
5 and 6.
They really need to do something probably in the next few minutes to stay in this game.
5 and 6 Black.
Into the last 5 minutes.
Come on.
Danny Thomas has gone off in that replacement for Thomas Bull.
Okay. 5 and 6 off, lads.
Trying to get changes on.
5 and 6 lads, off. They are now.
Here come the replacements. Everybody should get a couple of minutes today, regardless of the score, Gavin.
Yeah, definitely great to see kind of both teams unloading the benches. There's a few ready to come on from Amman here. Win, lose or draw, they're going to remember this day all their lives, get the run out on the stadium. So great to see them getting out there.
Down by red!
Still Amman United ball. Kennedy Richards continues to do exactly what he's done all game. Initially, Ewan Bull found a little gap that shut quite quickly. Back on the ball though, looking for another gap.
No, leave it. Back
and his brother, Thomas, securing possession. Jack Cloak with a carry.
Number 8, offside back.
Pressure is right off the Amman here. They don't have to play and they have a penalty advantage as well. Carter Williams spotting some green space, using his speed. Almost worked out. Good cover by Luca Grukot-Mason.
Number 8,
yeah,
offside.
Nothing to lose there. Bit of space behind. He's obviously got kind of speed off the mark. Like you say, got the penalty advantage. Quite comfortable. 2 scores ahead. Enjoy the occasion.
No, it's still time to play. Okay, 2 points.
Flynn Ahern is
Number 8
on
offside.
17 for Amman.
Number
Ian
8.
Lewis is off. And you can't blame the Amman, just eat up another minute off the clock. Which I think reminds me, Gavin, are you picking the player of the match today? I do believe you might be.
I am I? Okay. Well, there's been some phenomenal performances from both teams, so it's going to be a tough choice.
Well, take a minute,
yeah,
as Carter Williams is doing here. We'll try and get it announced on the 69th minute, say.
And Carter's in the mix, I need to be fair to him, he's been excellent all day.
Well, I think it's safe to say that is game, set and match to Amman United. They're right up to 30 points now. And Pontypool United are on 13. And we're almost into the final minute of this cup final.
Yeah, it's a tough score for Pontypool. It's not really a 30-13 game. There's a interception try in there. There's kind of a bit of momentum swing in there. They've made a good account of themselves, Pontypool.
Absolutely. Jack McDonough to infield. Danny Hutchinson electing to kick. Time for Ian Evans. Looks for the safety of the touchline, does he? Yes, he does. Right, player of the match then, Gavin.
Yeah, I think there's some honourable mentions from both teams, really. I think, particularly in the Pontypool Park, some of that big back five have really kind of stood up and carried really well. Behind some kind of great reads, particularly from some of the backs to run that intercept try in. But I think the guy who's probably been amongst everything and kind of really put himself about is kind of number 6, Cole Lacey, sorry. I thought he's been excellent today. He's been all action, contact area, on ball, off ball, put some big shots in. So I think he's led this team really well today.
He has indeed. Cole Lacey, the player of the match.
And
in this under 18 boys final. And Pontypool United are still playing Danny Hutchinson. He's made a little impact since he's come on. Looked very lively indeed. And if they were to cross, it'd be just what they deserve from this final, because they've given everything. Second final in 2 years. Lost last minute stuff against Llandeilo. They've been under the cosh at times in this game, but they've been right in the mix.
Yeah, I think it'd be great to see him get a score. They'd really deserve it. Like you say, it's been really competitive.
Almost, but not quite. Have we got time?
This is last play now. Last play, lads. Red, black. Clock's gone red, lad. Like, come on. There's your mark.
Yeah, just across the touchline, running out of space, Danny Hutchinson. And there is the player of the match. Cole Lacey back on as a hooker. His natural position. And the Amman do not want to see any more. They just want to celebrate. Regan Griffiths shunts the ball into the stand. And it's the team from the west that are celebrating victory against the team from the east in the boys under 18s cup final at the home of Welsh Rugby at Principality Stadium. There is the player of the match. Amman United victorious against Pontypool United. Llongyfarchiadau enfawr i'r tîm o'r gorllewin, i'r Amman, yn fuddigol am y tro cyntaf yn ymddangos yn y rownd derfynol ac yn fuddigol am y tro cyntaf hefyd. Llongyfarchiadau i'r holl tîm. Big congratulations to the Amman. First time they've been in the final and they leave victorious. Pontypool United, second time in a row, lose in the showpiece final. A final that I think they've reached about 6 times in their history, won it 3 times, and I'm sure we'll see them back here again. That is the player of the match. Cole Lacey, bleach blonde hair. It'll be a busy night in the Amman tonight. There's confirmation of the full-time score. Amman United 30, Pontypool United 13. Maybe not a reflection of the actual clash, because it was quality from both sides. Scoreboard sometimes doesn't paint the proper picture, Gavin.
Yeah, I think it was a fiercely competitive game. Both teams had opportunities to score early on, and both teams probably will feel like they left some out there, and that's probably cup final rugby. Sometimes you take those opportunities and the other team doesn't, and the momentum kind of swings and gets away from you. But I thought Pontypool have been excellent. They really kind of fronted up, particularly physically, and got themselves in some good positions. But Amman kind of, particularly when we had that interception try, there we see it on the big screen now, that kind of changed the game a little bit there, because Pontypool were then always fighting to try and get back into it. But a really kind of good showpiece final for boys under 18s rugby, and probably one of the highest scoring finals we've had for a number of years, particularly since I've been commentating on them.
Yeah, that was James Bentley bursting through. I did call him Aled Davis, so apologies, James. Cracking try. I did correct myself once I put my glasses on correctly. But this was a crucial try. Ruben Molson went over, crashed over, and that brought it right back into the mix. It was 17-13 with the conversion as well. Then Amman took their time. They got a lucky penalty maybe down here, and they decided, okay, let's keep the scoreboard ticking over.
Yeah, you thought Pontypool were back in the game at that point. And they were kind of, the next time they had the ball, really building to get something down the other end of the field. But like we say, he was just, and this is a great bit of quality here, great strike play, and these can be the difference at times. He's getting to space there and there's no one stopping him, so there's some real good accuracy there from the Amman backline.
Yeah, and that was Aled Davis. This is a great angle to see how this try worked.
Yeah, it's a great wrap around, two wingers coming around here, and then you've got two men running into that space. There's even a man on that edge. They could have even gone in the corner there. Great finish.
That was the difference. That was the clincher. A great final, the under-18s Cup final at Principality Stadium. Lots of finals coming tomorrow and Sunday. 4 finals on Sunday, 2 here tomorrow. Lots of rugby to look forward to, and you can see it all on the Welsh Rugby Union's YouTube channel. Good game for the referee as well, I've got to say. Nathan Kirby, excellent, I thought. Leon Atwell, Dan Smith, Cian Smith and Mark Evans, the officials. Without them, we simply would not have a game, and we must remember that. President of the Welsh Rugby Union, Mr Terry Cobner there, presenting medals alongside Kevin Lewis and Cheryl Harris.
Yeah, match officials were excellent. We know they're good when we don't talk about them a lot, to be fair. So
absolutely.
They were superb. Young match official group as well, so I'm sure they've got plenty more finals in the tank over the next few years.
Yeah, if you're thinking about picking up the whistle, get involved. We need more referees in rugby. Yeah, mae rhaid rhywun I golli mewn rownd derfynol, ac yn anffodus I Pontypool, nhw sy'n colli am yr ail flwyddyn yn olynol. Unfortunately, in every final, there usually has to be a loser. For Pontypool United, that's the case for a second time in succession. But they left it all out there. No questions can be asked. Sometimes, you know, you just got to look at the game and say, we did everything we could, they were just a little bit better.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed, but they've got to remember it's a phenomenal achievement to get here. Particularly 2 years in a row, the club will be extremely proud of them. And I'm sure a lot of these boys will continue to go on and remain in the section and represent them at a senior level, which is another success in itself. So, you know, they'll be disappointed to lose, but when they go back and reflect on what they've achieved this season and where they've come, I'm sure they'll look at it fondly.
The experience of playing at Principality. It really is the best stadium in the world, right in the heart of the Welsh capital. So we've had the boys under 18s Cup final, women's bowl and plate final tomorrow. Bowl kicks off at 11, the plate at 1:15. Then it's all the other divisions. Division 5, Division 4, Division 3, Division 2 on Sunday. Games start at 11, and the last one, with my club in it, at 5:45. A long, long day of rugby at the home of Welsh rugby. What a moment this is. You've made the journey from the Amman Valley up the M4 into the belly of Principality Stadium, and you performed in the biggest game potentially you'll ever play in at the home of Welsh rugby. Cole Lacey first up, leading the team. Co-captains are Cian Lewis and Kennedy Richards. The centre carried well, didn't he? You know, he did exactly what you want your 12 to do.
Yeah, they were both excellent. I thought the Amman back line was superb tonight. They put some nice stuff together going forward. Defended really well. Line speed was excellent and kind of didn't really diminish as the game went on. But a solid centre pairing who have obviously played a lot of rugby together, defended well together, played well together in terms of when they had the ball. They can be really proud of that performance.
Yeah, the seniors at the Amman haven't had a great time of it recently, you know, and they've had 2 years of youth in the last 10 years, I believe, you know, but you look at the progression they've made here, and a lot of these now will step into senior rugby, and if they hang about at the Amman, which you'd hope they do, they look set for a good couple of seasons.
Yeah, 100%. You know, these are the players which I'm sure the club will focus on to transition into their senior team next year. And year after, and as you spoke about earlier, there's boys out on the field tonight who have already played some senior rugby with Neath, with Aberavon, and I'm sure Amman will be looking at a few of these players to potentially do it at the end of the season to welcome into the senior setup.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the pathway. That's what we talk about. The route of getting these players to the top if they're good enough. Start at your club, at your school, at your college, then progress to a higher club, if one wishes. President Terry Cobner waiting with Cian Lewis. Photographers want a picture of the president with the Amman United captain Cian Lewis. Might have lost the toss, but they've won the cup. And here he comes, because the cup winners in 2026 in the boys under 18s are Amman United. Llongyfarchiadau anferthol i'r Amman. Di wneud y siwrne lan I Gaerdydd ac yn fuddugol yn erbyn Pontypool United. Y pencampwyr, enillwyr y cwpan dan ddeunaw yw'r Amman. Huge congratulations to Amman United. The under 18s cup winners, Amman United. Enjoy. These things don't come around that often, to get a chance to play here and to be victorious. Memories for life.
Yeah, superb, great pictures to see there. Just seen Shane sneaking into the shot. I think he's smaller than half of the youth team players he's coaching.
That's the thing. You look at these guys, and you know, we say we're not a big nation, but a lot of these guys are massive individuals, you know. Then you think, are we missing a few people in pathway sometimes? And keep playing, keep showing what you can do. Yeah,
you know, these 16, 17, 18-year-old kids are all going to develop at different times. It's just important for them that they keep accessing rugby, whether it's regional rugby, whether it's school rugby, whether it's club rugby. Just keep accessing our rugby.
Wel, dyna ni de. Un gêm o'r penwythnos wedi bod. Yr Amman yn fuddugol yn erbyn Pontypool United o 30 I 13. Nhw sydd yn dathlu yn hwyr mewn yr noson, mae'n siŵr. 2 gêm fori y menwod y plat a'r bowlen, a wedyn 4 gêm ar y Sul. Diolch yn fawr am eich cwmni chi heno. Gobeithio bod chi wedi mwynhau. Well, that's it. There's confirmation of the full-time score. Amman United 30, Pontypool United 13. In the under-18s, boys final. The team from the West victorious against the team from the East. 2 finals tomorrow, the women's plate and bowl, and then 4 national finals on Sunday, all available on stream at the WRU's YouTube page. Hope you enjoyed. We certainly did. From Gavin and myself, have a good night, and congratulations once again to Amman United.